Hello friends and welcome back. In this video we'll talk about stanza number 19, 20, 21 and 22 of Elegy Written in a Country Churchyard. Let's begin with stanza number 19. Far from madding crowds' ignoble strife, their sober wishes never learnt to stray. Along the cool sequestered vale of life, they kept the noiseless tenor of their way. Let us understand the meaning of the words. Ignoble means not honorable in character or purpose. Stray means to go away. Sequestered means peaceful and quiet because it is away from the people. Vale is valley and tenor is singing sound, especially of a male. Let us understand the meaning of those lines. Far from the madding crowd's ignoble strife, their sober wishes never learnt astray. Along the cool sequestered well of life, they kept the noiseless tenor of their way. They have never learned to take away their sober wishes far from the unimportant struggle of madding crowd. They kept on singing the noiseless song in their own way along the cool and peaceful valley of life. Look at the analysis. The life country people lived was the life of unimportance. It was a life full of insignificant struggle. They couldn't take their wishes away from the ignoble strife of madding crowd. Their wishes never learned to go away from the ignoble strife of madding crowd. Similarly, they kept on working as the life made them work. Those people did not learn anything as they were denied education and opportunities. Let us try to understand this stanza with the help of a few comprehension questions now. See the question number 1. Who has not learned to stray from the madding crowd's ignoble strife? The people buried in the country churchyard. How are the wishes of country people described? They are described as sober. What does the poet mean by noiseless tenor? Noiseless tenor is the song that makes no noise. Poet means that the country people kept on working in their own way without being noticed or without even trying to get noticed. Let us move on to the next stanza. Yet even these bones from insult to protect, some frail memorial still erected nigh, with uncouth rhymes and shapeless sculpture decked, implores the passing tribute of a sigh. See the meaning of the words. Frail means weak, nigh means nearby or close by, uncouth means socially unacceptable or rude, decked means decorated, and implore means ask seriously. Now, let us understand the meaning. However, the bones of the buried poor country people seriously ask for passing tribute of a sigh from the weak memorials decorated with rude poems and shapeless sculptures in order to protect themselves from the insult. This is the simple meaning of those 4 lines. See, the last line of the stanza, implores passing tribute of a sigh, means seriously asks for the passing tribute of an expression of grief. Sigh is expression of grief. The bones of the buried country people ask for the passing tribute of an expression of grief. These bones ask for passing tribute in order to protect themselves from the insult. These bones size some frail memorial. The memorial is constructed nearby and it is decorated with the rough lines and shapeless sculptures. Poet intends to say that a person walking by the churchyard should not avoid the people. Let's understand this with the help of comprehension questions again. 1. What is passing tribute of a sigh? Passing tribute of a sigh is deep breath expressing sorrow. What do bones implore? Bones implore a passing tribute of a sigh. Why do bones implore the passing tribute of a sigh? They implore for the passing tribute of a sigh to protect themselves from the insult. What is insult here? Not expressing grief over the dead is the insult for the dead. What does poet say about the memorial erected for the dead country people? Memorial erected for the dead country people is nearby and is decorated with uncouth rhymes and shapeless sculptures. That is what poet says. Let's move on to the next stanza, that is stanza number 21. Their names, their years spelt by the unlettered muse, the place of fame and elegy supply, and many a holy text around she strews that teach a rustic moralist to die. See the meaning of the words. Unlettered muse, an illiterate person here. Strews means scatters or spreads roughly. Rustic means rural or belonging to country. Let us understand the meaning. Their names and the years of their death, written by an unlettered muse, which is an illiterate person, provides little information about them, and the same illiterate person roughly writes something from the holy text that teaches country people to die peacefully. Generally, the detailed information of rich and poor person is written on the gravestones and memorials. However, in case of poor dead country people, only their names and the years of their death are written. Poet says that these are written by an unlettered muse because they do not provide any information and are not systematically written. This is the only information that provides them fame, and this is the only elegy written for these people. However, the same illiterate person has written something from the Holy Bible which teaches a moral person from village about death. Let us understand this with the comprehension questions again. What are the things written on the gravestone of the people? The names, the years of death, and some holy texts are written on the gravestones of the people. Who, according to the poet, has written these things on the gravestone? According to the poet, these things are written on the stone by an unlettered muse, which means an uneducated person. What, according to poet, teaches the rustic moralist to die? According to poet, there are some holy texts scattered around the names and years of death, which teach the rustic moralist to die. Let us move on to the next stanza, that is stanza number 22. For who to dumb forgetfulness a prey, this pleasing anxious being ever resigned, left the warm precincts of the cheerful day, nor cast one longing lingering look behind. See the meaning of the words. Dumb forgetfulness is total forgetfulness, which is also equivalent to death. Being is life, prey is dead, and precincts are the boundary lines of the areas. Let us understand the meaning of those lines. Because who would fall prey to the total forgetfulness, that is death? Who would give the pleasing and anxious existence as human beings? Who would have the warm boundaries of the cheerful day and would not look back to life again? This stanza looks like a reason for the last line of the earlier stanza that teaches the rustic moralist to die. The stanza begins with for, which means because. The holy texts scattered around the names and years of birth written on the gravestones of the country people teach the rustic moralist to die because nobody would want to be a prey to the dumb forgetfulness and resign from the life and leave the warm life and would not try to look back. If that hasn't been the case, they would have tried to live and also to make sure that their stories get written properly. Let us understand this with the help of a few comprehension questions again. What is the meaning of pleasing anxious being here? The meaning of pleasing anxious being here is life. What is dumb forgetfulness? Dumb forgetfulness is death here. What is meant by warm precincts of the cheerful day? Warm precincts of the cheerful day means boundaries of happy life. This is how we have seen stanza number 19, 20, 21 and 22. In the next video, we will talk about the next stanzas. Hope you've understood. Thanks for watching.